My apologies. Spoiler alert. Like, my bad, y'all. I didn't warn you beforehand. Spoiler alert. In this episode, I am going to spoil things and give my hypothesis. So if you do not want to be spoiled on Your Lie in April, maybe you don't watch this episode. I would love it if you do, because I want to talk about it. But maybe this one isn't the one.
One day, master's degree. One day, PhD. One day, you will write books. One day, commercials. One day, the impossible, you will laugh at the impossible. You will look at the impossible and go, what was I thinking?
Hello, my spoiler alert friends. Welcome to another episode of Let's Talk About It. Guys, I know I've talked about it before on this channel, but it is one of my favorite shows, Your Lie in April. Oh my gosh. So I've been rewatching the show. I just finished it again, and I like to watch it while I'm like cleaning or about to doing a workout or something like that. That and My Hero Academia are good ones to work out too for me. I don't know why, but I love them. But man, it's so good. It's so good. It has so many layers to it. There's the romance, there's the music, there's the medicine. And you guys know, God, medicine, anime. That's what we talk about here. God, medicine, anime, 47, my family. Medicine, God, anime. I like to talk about business. Those are the things that are most important to me in my life, right? And I love it when medicine and anime get to come together, or God and medicine, or God and anime, or any combination of them. And in this show, we get medicine and anime, and I don't know why, but like I've watched the show like 3 or 4 times, and it never occurred to me to actually like look into what Calories' condition was, right? So I'm watching, and I'm just sitting there, and she's in the hallway, and she's like hitting her legs because she's like, work, why won't you work? Because she keeps falling, and she has to go to the hospital and all these things. And I'm like, what condition does she have? Like, the first thing that came to my head was like Guillain-Barré syndrome, or Guillain-Barré, however you want to pronounce it, right? And then I'm like, no, I don't think that's it. And the thing that led me to think that it wasn't that was the fact that she was like, when she was talking to the doctor about like options, she says she wants to go through with the surgery. She knows that it's not something that is guaranteed to help or might not even work, but she wanted to give it a shot and give it a try. And I'm like, I don't think there's a surgical option for Guillain-Barré syndrome. Then I'm like, is it like leukemia? Is it like, what is this condition where she is, well, one, she's a child. She's in her youth, and she's had it since she was a kid and going up. And hold on. I want to wait. My apologies. Spoiler alert. Like, my bad, y'all. I didn't warn you beforehand. Spoiler alert. In this episode, I am going to spoil things and give my hypothesis. So if you do not want to be spoiled on Your Lie in April, maybe you don't watch this episode. I would love it if you do, because I want to talk about it. But maybe this one isn't the one. So yes, you will be spoiled on something in Your Lie in April. Proceed with caution. Anyway, so she's in the hospital talking with the doctor. There's a surgical option. I'm like, there's no surgical option as far as I'm aware with Guillain-Barré or leukemia or something like that. So then I started thinking about it. I'm like, what could this possibly be? It's a neurologic disorder that is progressive. Like, she started the show and she was fine, and then like over the course of the show, she gets progressively worse. So I'm like, okay, it has to be some type of autoimmune issue or something that is attacking her nervous system in some kind of way. So I'm like, what the heck could this thing be? And I didn't want to look it up online because I'm like, I want to figure this out myself, right? I'm going to do some deductive reasoning and come to a conclusion. So then I'm just thinking about it and doing research, and then I'm like, I think it's myasthenia gravis. And the reason why I think it's myasthenia gravis is because she, again, it's progressive. She has, and I think it's generalized myasthenia gravis. I guess there's two forms of myasthenia gravis. There's the ocular kind that primarily affects the muscles of the eyes, and then there's the generalized kind that can attack the diaphragm, the limbs, the all kinds, like swallowing, all kinds of things like that. So I think she has generalized myasthenia gravis, and the reason is because of the fact that she there was never any mention of her eyes or anything like that, of like things going on that way. The main thing was she kept falling, and she kept like having issues, and she would get really fatigued and tired, and she's like sweating, like drenched with sweat during these performances. And um and then like she I don't know, I didn't see anything that would indicate like a respiratory issue, but once when they went to go see her in the hospital and she was coding, it was like this might be one of those a myasthenia, like one of the myasthenia gravis crisis, right? Where you do go into respiratory failure and all those things like all of a sudden. So I'm like, I'm thinking that. Now, when I looked into it online, everything was saying ALS. I think it's ALS, but there is no surgical option as far as I know. If you know something different, put it in the comments, because I think that's good to share with people. But as far as I know, there is no surgical option for ALS. So I'm like, it even more solidified it. And then me being in surgery and like knowing how they drape things. Now, granted, the director of the show probably isn't going to accurately drape things in the anime, but for me, when I look, they have her intubated and they have her draped from her neck. Neck up is undraped, so which means that everything below is likely uh so like they have it draped here so that you're not breathing on everything, and that's blocked, so everything below is likely the part that's open for them to operate on. And then that leads me to, well, what is the surgical option for myasthenia gravis? And it's a thymectomy, where they remove the thymus. And I'm like, why would they remove the thymus? Because one of the issues, one of the complications of myasthenia gravis is like infections, right? So I'm like, why would they remove the thymus? I don't understand like the reasoning behind it. So then I looked it up. And apparently, because it's an autoimmune issue, the thymus is involved with immunity, removing the thymus gives the patient with myasthenia gravis the opportunity to not be attacked by their own body. And essentially, that has the potential to allow people with myasthenia gravis to go into remission and then recover, because now your body is not attacking those sites where you're like your nervous system, essentially it's not attacking that system. So then you're not having the weakness, you're not having the fatigue, and you're able to recover. Now I'm sure you're on a bunch of immunomeds and things like that to help balance things out, but it's just a really interesting thing. Like, they don't explicitly say in the show what she had, and I think that's kind of on purpose, because it's like, we don't want to make this about that per se, because the show is so much more than that. It is like, it is literally like, I can't even remember now after talking this long. If I told you guys the first time I watched this show, I cried. I can't even lie to you. I cried, and it was just so touching. And I haven't cried since, but still one of those things where, man, it hits you. And it's funny, I was talking to my wife about it, so I tried to convince her to watch it before, and she started that thing, and then like the first episode, and then she stopped and got distracted with something else. And I was talking to her about it again, and she's like, okay, maybe I do want to watch this. She was like, am I going to be sad? And I'm like, yeah, you're probably going to get sad. And she's like, oh, why? Is it like something like from a parenting perspective? And then it hit me, like, it almost hit me like a gut punch, like, oh, snap. I had, even now, like, I have a beautiful family. I love my children, my wife. I love it, right? I didn't think, I mean, maybe like in like a slight moment, I thought about like what the parents are going through because they showed her parents like crying and all this stuff. But I never like had that empathy moment where I put it on me and I'm like, how would I feel if this was my kid? And I'm like, oh my gosh, like it is devastating. So honestly, like straight up prayers to any families who are dealing with this, any of these conditions, like they're all horrible. Um, but man, like you guys are warriors, man. I salute you guys. I wish there was more I could do to like help, but I don't know. Maybe talking about it, bringing awareness to it, might help somehow. Maybe some scientist on the net is watching this and they love anime, and then this just sparks them to go down another journey. I don't know, but you guys are awesome. That's it's not a battle that I can see myself doing well in. So prayers to you guys, your families, patients, families, everyone involved. But yeah, this show is just so stinking amazing. The music, and I think that's part of it. Like the musical score on this show, it's like, like oh my gosh. It is bound to pull feels out of you. So if you have not seen the show, I implore you to watch it. It is so worth it. Even if for no other reason, you just get to hear really good classical music on the piano and violin. So that is what I'm talking about this week with you guys. I'm not going to be going into any of the other shows. That this one is enough. Like, drop all the other shows. This is a classic. Came out in like 2014 or something like that. Classic show. Go watch it. It is worth it. It's only like 22, 23 episodes, so it's not going to be something that's long. Go watch it. If you're a medicine geek, go watch it and try and like figure out what she's going through. And if you have any like ideas, put it in the comments. Like I'm open to it because again, like I said, they never explicitly stated in the show. And also online when I looked, everybody kept saying ALS, 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 and I'm like, I don't think that's right. But if you like medicine, check out the show. If you like music, check out the show. If you like love and romance, check out the show. It's just a really good show, guys. I don't know what else to say, but check it out and talk about it in the comments. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.
One thing I know is that I'm going up.